in cold blood.
Charlie! 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 We're all Charlie card! Charlie! 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 Charlie!
And get this, under Reagan, tax revenue collected by our government nearly doubled as a result of lowering the rates. So when you hear people saying, let's tax the rich and charge more taxes, you're actually asking for the government to collect less tax revenue.
When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state.
As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
Damn! Can you believe I was a lefty during that debate?
Remind the audience.
Oh.
They're not coming after me. They're coming.
What is going on, guys? I just saw that clip at the end, and it reminds me of when I was a lefty, bro. I was a lefty not long ago. Can you believe that? Holy cow. What's up, Bowtie? What's up, Too Fast to Track? What's going on, guys? It's the day after Christmas, and I got a fun little stream for us today. I got a few great clips lined up. And we got a couple other things, but I was a lefty, dude. Holy smokes, can you believe it? Wow, I was gone. I was in La La Land, bro. I was gone, guys. How's my sound? Sound's looking good. Looks like everything's looking good. Good evening. Guys, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful Christmas time with your loved ones, your family. And hopefully you guys didn't go nuts on politics and got to enjoy your Christmas. Or if you did, all good too. Sometimes it's fun. I got to spend Christmas with my MAGA mom and my MAGA dad. It was good. It was good, guys. It was great. And I'm going to bring my MAGA dad on pretty soon. You guys haven't seen dad on this live stream. We're going to get him on here too. And we'll do a few more with mom. But right now, I'm going to jump into some clips. Let's have a little fun. Let's get it going. Hell yeah, Bowtie. Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. And got the email, by the way, Bowtie. And we'll get one out to your nephew, Brian. So we'll get a hat out to him. Let's kick it off with a little Rogan, bro.
And the number of corporate.
Sam, what's up, buddy? Says, Merry Christmas, Medi. What's your take on, let me go here. Yeah, what's your take on the DOJ blocking the search, Trump in the files, but not Trump with a space after it, and people unredacting all the files on a Word doc? I just think it's this whole Epstein thing is the biggest disaster, in my opinion. We had we had Democrats that did nothing about the Epstein files, and then while they were trying to mess with Trump getting elected, they started going off on Epstein files. Then they were making false claims about Trump, about Epstein files, people coming and saying false claims. Then leading into the election, then getting elected. Now they're going crazy, talking about Epstein. We haven't heard the end of it. Epstein files come out. Trump is not where they think he was going to be on those files, and they're mad. So they keep going nuts. But then they're trying to pull out some. Oh, dude, what a shit show. What a shit show. What a disaster those Epstein files were. But it's all good. We keep going. Regardless of, we're probably going to get, let's make a guess, at least 8 people will come in and say, show the files. So let's jump into some Joe Rogan, guys.
Corporations donated and how much money's involved in it. It's bananas.
Yeah.
If she's accurate, if what she's saying is true, it's like, this is crazy.
And the
There's
leverage
so
you can
much
get
money.
now is so easy. You don't actually need a lot. Like, for example, do you know a group called Extinction Rebellion? Are you familiar with this?
No.
So this is we have this in Europe mostly. You guys don't have it here because you're like, we're going to burn all the gas we want, right? But in Europe, obviously climate is like a massive issue, net zero, etc.,
Yes.
which is, I think, a terrible idea. But anyway, we have this movement called Extinction Rebellion. I went to one of their protests. There was literally 40 people there. But if you have a protest with 40 people and you film it and you put it on social media, no one can know it's 40 people.
Right.
Right.
You
So-
just hear a lot of noise and see people and you go, oh my God, there's a protest.
There's a
People
protest.
are outraged.
Yeah, people are outraged. This is a big movement. You know, the public really, and all this other stuff.
What's
So
up,
the
man?
leverage you can get with a very, very small amount of money and a small number of young, impressionable people is powerful. And then it goes on social media where it's stripped of the context, and suddenly we all believe this thing is real.
Right.
When it's 40 people.
And then when you also have to take into account, if you go into a room with 100 people, at least one of them is a fucking idiot. Okay? So
being
if you're
generous.
being really generous.
Yeah.
So if you're in a country of 30 plus million people, we don't really know. That's at least 3 million idiots. So it's not.
That's pretty wild when you think about it, guys. You get what he's saying, right? If out of 100 people, you have one idiot, and that's being generous, right? There's more, right? If out of 100 people, there's one moron, sure, there's way more. Imagine out of 330 million people in our country, how many morons we got. How many people are just off their rocker. How many people were just, unfortunately, maybe to no fault of their own, just unfortunately raised in a way where they got issues, they've been mentally captured, who knows what, but we have that many people running around. Min says out of 100 people, she would say maybe 10 are okay. So you get what we're saying. We're being super generous, but imagine out of 330 million people in our country, how many people are gone, like on some other planet. Oh man, got 99 issues, but a comic book ain't one. Okay. Let's keep going.
It's not hard to get 100,000 retards holding signs, walking down the street, and especially when they get older. Because as people get older, they generally slow down and they don't think as well. And if you look at a lot of these No Kings protests, what are you seeing? You're seeing geriatric people holding signs. So you got old losers, not even just losers, but old losers, where this is the end. They're just looking for anything to get them out of the house. They're watching The Price is Right. They've already seen that one. And they're like, let's just join in on the note. We shouldn't have a king. And then next thing you know, they're out there with the sign.
Yeah.
And you can get 100,000 of those easy.
You know,
Easy, especially if you got a lot of money and you're organizing and get off.
What up, State Line? Yeah, absolutely. That would be easy to get these guys rounded up, especially if they're bored, especially if people don't want to work anymore, especially if you pay people to go outside, just stand around. 100% they'll hold a sign, bro. Hold a sign and yell at people. 100%. It's the easiest job to hire people for. Hey, you sitting on your couch, will you hold this sign and go outside and yell at people? You want to pay me to yell at someone? Sure. So 100%, of course they would.
Facebook and get involved in them groups and use the bots and all the bots. Like, this is important that we show up in mass and let him know he's not a king.
and it's also as well, you know what I find really fascinating from a psychological perspective is the use of chants. In that you go to these protests, you watch, and it's all about chanting. And what's so powerful is the chants rhyme, and it almost becomes musical, and the crowd just gets whipped up in the fervor of the chants. But you look at what the chants actually mean, and most of the times they're utterly nonsensical. Like there was one which was, "We won't be free until Palestine is free," and you go, "What does that actually mean? What is that actually? Are you not free?" I think this is a
morons, bro. That's what it is. We have complete morons. They're gone, bro. They're completely gone. We won't be free until Palestine is free.
The UK,
Crazy,
but
these guys are nuts, dude. You guys have a good Christmas. Everyone have fun. Everyone open some gifts. Everyone have a good time with family. Anybody have an argument over some things with their family? State Line, I love it, bro. Trigonometry is fantastic, dude. It's really good. Konstantin is the man, bro. I could watch Konstantin for days, dude, because he's very articulate. He knows what he's talking about. He knows his history, and he came from some of the crazy parts of the world. He's from Russia. He's from those areas. Yeah. Let's check these guys out. We got Jasmine Crockett, bro, making a fuss already. She's trying to become a congresswoman.
Knowledge that what is being reported is that border encounters are lower. I will also say that we know that this administration has not been the most honest when it comes to reporting numbers, as we know that there's now reporting that they've not been honest about the jobs numbers. What I can tell you is that he has invoked a very inhumane way of carrying out immigration. What I also can tell you is that he has not worked through the Congress, and that's what we need is comprehensive immigration reform.
Fox News contributor Jason Chaffetz joining us.
She's saying what we need is comprehensive immigration reform. Okay. That's what your last president said. He said he couldn't do nothing unless we had comprehensive reform. We needed Congress. We needed votes. We couldn't do anything. And then Daddy Trump came by.
The Great White Hope.
The Great White Hope, bro. He put it down on him. Let's go.
Yes, now, Merry Christmas, Jason. Thanks for joining us. And I am going to keep my...
Raymond Ibrahim, State Line says, have you ever watched that? No, I haven't watched Raymond Ibrahim. And Min says she's not gone very far She's not going to get very far with that in Texas. No, she will not.
Christmas spirit and not lose my ever-living mind when I hear Jasmine Crockett say that the numbers are not what they seem, because I lived it. I spent years at the border, thousands coming across. This is by far the most secure border that we have had in the history of the country. We have not released a single illegal alien that crossed the border into the country for 7 straight months, and yet she wants to challenge the numbers. What do you make of it?
Stupid knows no holiday. I love this holiday. It's one of the best, but this is one of the dumbest people ever to serve in the Congress. And to suggest that the numbers are...
This is one of the dumbest people to serve in the Congress, guys. And that's no lie, dude. One of the dumbest, bro, for sure. State Line, Rolly clips, no. But State Line, I got to check that out, bro.
Anything other...
Random, what's up, dude?
She needs more proof of that. Of course, she doesn't have that. President Trump took the mandate from the American people, secured the border. It is more secure than it has ever been before, and he's going to continue to do it. Don't tell us that you need, comprehensive immigration reform. I was in the House of Representatives, and you know what? The Democrats had the House, the Senate, and the presidency. Did they even introduce a piece of legislation?
No.
No, they did not, let
No.
alone pass anything. So you can cry me those crocodile tears, but that is not the reality of what happened. And if she's got a bill, introduce it. But you know what? We got to lock down that border, get rid of the rewards and incentives.
They don't have any bills, bro. They don't have any ideas. They don't have any plans. They don't come up with anything. They don't create. They don't design anything. They're not looking to how to make solutions, come up with solutions for problems. They point at problems and then they point at Trump. That's all they learn how to do. They forgot how to do all this other stuff, which is what we elect them to do, bro. That's it. That's literally what we elect them to do.
Crocodile tears, but that is not the reality of what happened. And if she's got a bill, introduce it. But you know what? We got to lock down that border, get rid of the rewards and incentives, say no to amnesty.
Get rid of rewards and incentives. That's another big one. Get rid of rewards and incentives. That's the a lot of them come here and they know they're going to be cush. They're going to have incentives. They have all kinds of shit, man. That's welfare. American taxpayers. That's us, you and I. Yeah. Donna on Instagram says, stupid knows no holiday. Love that. Exactly. Stupid does not know any holidays. And Jasmine Crockett was lit on a holiday already. She's going nuts.
All of these things.
She loves the limelight, but she just, oh man, what a disaster. And in Texas? Are we really going to do that in Texas? Come on, guys. But honestly, no more, guys. My big solution. Everyone says, yeah, it's easy to go and you know, be a commentator or talk about stuff, talk shit or laugh or whatever. Coming up with solutions. What kind of solutions? If I'm gonna come up with a solution and I'm gonna stick to one overarching thing, it's gonna be getting rid of welfare programs. Different types of welfare programs. Not all, and not for everyone, but in general. Remove or reduce welfare programs. I think that will change a lot in our country. A lot. It will make people more responsible. It will make people more accountable. People will grow up and have a different head on their shoulders than they have now. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think that's kind of how that goes. In the chat, Sam is asking, Medi, were your parents given incentives and rewards when they came to the U.S.? Do you think the U.S. wouldn't allow them to come? I'm confused about what rewards you're... Yeah, so my parents, when they came here, they worked their asses off. They didn't get rewards and incentives. They didn't get anything for free. They literally went... I've said this before. My parents came here. They started working in hotels. They were cleaning hotel rooms. They were maids. You know where Disneyland is in Anaheim? There, all the hotels that are all around Disneyland. My parents were literally maids cleaning up those hotel rooms. Slowly became like, working in the kitchen. Then slowly became like a assistant to the chef or whatever you call that position. Eventually became a chef. Eventually my dad started becoming a bar back or whatever you call it, and eventually a bartender, and he eventually worked out of a Mexican restaurant. And eventually, and that's what they did. They didn't get incentives. Nobody paid for their rent. Nobody paid for their food. Nobody gave them free stuff. Nobody said, hey, well, you don't have this here. Let me give you food stamps. None of that stuff. They worked for it. And this goes back to what I've said before. There's a difference, and it's not racist or some kind of Islamophobic or something to look at numbers. There's numbers you could look at of all the people that immigrate into Western countries, right? If you look at the groups of people that come into Western countries, and you try to distinguish, like for example, if there are Japanese people that are immigrating into Western countries versus Somalian people immigrating into Western countries, which ones do you think are more likely to use welfare when they come in? It actually doesn't even matter what you think. There are stats that show that the Somalians will use it way more than a Japanese would, or than South Koreans would, or than even Persians would, even though they come from a so-called Islamic regime or Republic of Iran. Or even European countries, you know what I mean? Or a lot of South American countries. Some South American countries, people don't use welfare as much as others. That's just how that goes. So, but my parents did not. From my knowledge, they did not use welfare when they came here. They worked for from the very get-go. There's a sense of pride. There's a sense of people don't want to be in a community out here and an immigrant and be on welfare. Some groups of people don't want to do that. Some groups of people come here to do that. That's their, I said this before, that's their American dream, is to come to America and be on welfare. They came from shithole countries. Some people come from shithole countries. They don't have advanced countries. They don't have advanced mindsets. You know, they don't have that. And we're not knocking them, but we're talking about protecting our country. We're talking about going in the right direction as a country. You know what I mean? So there's things to look at. So that's just kind of a little bit of a tangent on that. But I mean, not really a tangent. But that's just kind of my take on that. Random says I am knocking them. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to call it out. 100%, we got to call it out. We can't be afraid to call it out anymore, guys. You know, it's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. Let's continue with this video.
Things Donald Trump is doing, that's why he got elected, and that's why she's just going to be somebody on YouTube once upon a time. Nothing more.
You're so right. It's the mandate that the American people voted for.
I agree. Random says it's 2025. Stop living in the dirt. Yeah, but the problem is it's not easy for a lot of them. You know what I mean? A lot of these countries, man, these people come and they come from countries that are pretty much in the dirt. They don't know how to pick it up. They don't have the mindset. They don't have that advanced kind of like outlook of like, hey, let me progress. Let me go to the moon, you know? Go to the moon? Imagine telling people from Somalia, let's go to the moon. It's like, bro, like, what do you mean? We don't even, like, it's pure lawlessness over there. It's chaos. It's crazy. It's nuts. You know, so anyway, of course, we're not talking about all. We're talking about, in general. When you look at the numbers, when you look at the averages, we're talking about that. So let's keep going.
On the one hand, Jason, it's offensive to the men and women in green of the Border Patrol that have secured and continue to keep this border secure. And the ICE agents, the men and women in blue in the interior, removing violent criminal aliens at a record pace. But then when she leans into comprehensive immigration reform, it takes us back to when the previous administration, President Biden, DH Secretary Mayorkas, telling us that there's nothing to see here. There's no crisis at the border, while we watched it unfold right before our eyes in real time. And the President Biden saying that he couldn't do any more. There was nothing more he could do. He needed Congress to act. Turns out that was wrong. President Trump did it without any legislation.
Yeah, we just needed a president in President Trump, and we needed leadership to actually get it done. I remember when Kamala Harris, went down to Central America and she said, it's climate change that's causing all this. No, it's because you're giving out free healthcare, free education, all sorts of bennies to be here illegally. And now we got a mess on our hands. We got tens.
All sorts of bennies, he called. I never heard it called bennies. Benefits. All sorts of bennies, bro, we're giving people. Bennies and Benjis, bro. Give them 100 Benjamins and benefits, bro.
To millions of people. It's still illegal to be here illegally.
And continue to keep comments. Meanwhile, I want to shift gears.
Leave. That's education, all sorts of bennies
what's up, Boo Boo Boss?
To be here illegally. And now we got a mess on our hands. We got tens of millions of people. It's still illegal to be here illegally.
It's crazy when you have to say that. It's still illegal to be here illegally. Guys, what a thought. What a wild thing to think about. Like, oh my God. Yes, guys, if anyone's curious, it is still illegal to be here illegally. It really is. If you're wondering, I know it's a pretty confusing thing.
So you got to if you came here illegally, you gotta leave. That's what we call restitution in this country. And Democrats may not like, oh, we need comprehensive immigration reform. No, we're going to enforce the current law in the books.
Yeah.
That's the law of the land. And don't do these sanctuary cities. When you're protecting that party, the Democratic Party, and Jasmine Crockett helping to lead it, they do more to protect the perpetrators of crime than the victims of crime. And America knows that.
Exactly, dude. 100%. And they do more to protect perpetrators of crime than the actual criminals. That's the problem. That's what we have in our Democratic Party right now. They're backing up the criminals. I'm sorry. Then the criminal. They're sticking up for the perpetrators of crime. Sorry, I said that wrong. They are backing up the perpetrators. They're protecting them. That's the problem. Let's go to this one, bro. This is a good clip right here. I got a good one right here. Let's see. Where is it at? Here we go.
The thing is, when you become an immigrant, to think about, okay, I go to America because I want to use America for the great opportunities that America has in education, in jobs, creating a family. But the key thing also is at the same time that we got to do things legal. That is the important thing, you know. So you got to do things legal. Those people that are doing illegal things in America and that are foreigners, they are not smart. Because when you come to America, you're a guest. And you have to behave like a guest. Like when I go to someone's house and I'm a guest, then I will do everything I can to keep things clean and to make my bed and to do everything that is the right thing to do.
Exactly. Right. When you go, you are a guest. Do things legally. Do things, if you're at the very least, if you're not going to do the right thing, at least don't break the laws. Like, dude, be cool. You're coming to a wonderful country. Appreciate the country. You're coming here for a reason, right? Because opportunity to grow your family, be in some kind of safety. Maybe you came from a country with no laws, and now you want lawlessness. Now you want laws. You want to be, living in a country where you can depend on, the law and what's going to happen to you and your family. You know that if you do grow your family, you progress, you prosper. You can depend on having that, keeping that, and maintaining it. I mean, it's a land of opportunity. There's the American dream. Here we have more millionaires, and we have more million than anywhere in the whole world. Why? Because it's the land of opportunity. Appreciate it. And if you're going to come here to use America for those reasons, for yourself and your family, at least don't break the law. Don't come in here illegally. You don't start off by coming in illegally, right? That's not the way to do that. It just blows my mind. It's absolutely crazy. And you know what? I got another one here, but I got a little thing for you guys. Look at this. Look at this right here. Oh man. Random says, go back to that news clip where all those guys were walking down a long road with a fence on one side. Let's see if it's this one here. Oh, yeah. This one right here. Hold on, let me go back. You talking about this?
Institution in this country and illegal to be here illegally. So you got to get, if you, Democrats may not like, oh, we need comprehensive immigration in this country.
Yep. This one right here. He says, look at this right here. Yeah. Oh, good point, bro. Random says that was in Arizona. How many Mexicans do you see? They're all young black men. I actually I can't find one person in there that is not black so far. That is interesting. I didn't even notice that, bro. That's a great point. All of them, not one.
And Democrats may not
Let me
like,
go-
you got to get, if you came here illegally, you got to leave. That's what we call restitution in this country. And
that is
Democrats may
Arizona,
not
bro.
like.
Good point, bro. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. That's crazy, bro. That's our Arizona border. All young black men. From where? From where, bro? That's a question. Where are they going? How are they getting over to Mexico to cross into Arizona? That is who is flooding into the country. Exactly, bro. That's crazy. All right, I got this for you guys. I got this right here, dude. We're going to do this. Because this next clip is really, really inspiring. It's super, super inspiring. So we're going to do this. And we're going to go like this. See if I can do this. Bro, look at it. We're going to do it, bro. This is a very... Oh, man. Let me see. This is... Let's go here, bro. Let's go. Ready? Here we go.
So much for coming.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Peggy Flanagan. I am the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today. I am incredibly clear that the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota. I think about my friendship with Nimco. We've been friends for almost 25 years. And when I think of being part of Minnesota and growing up here, the Somali community has always been a part of my Minnesota.
Oh, that was so inspiring. I thought, you know what? Why don't I just start wearing a little burqa or whatever you call this thing on my, you know, how does it, what do you guys think? Is this my color? Guys, wasn't that was incredible. You know what? They are you know what? The Somalis are the fabric of our state, of our nation. They are the fabric. They're the backbone even, actually. What would we do, guys? Quick question. Honest question. What would we do without Somalians, honestly? Am I showing too much? Do I have to do you like this? Is this bad? I'm showing too much. Some guy might see me and like me too much. Oh my God, bro. Bro, these people are crazy. She's the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and she's got her burqa on, and she's walking around telling us that the Somalis are the backbone of our country, of her state, or of her whatever it is. I don't know what, bro. What are we talking about? What the hell is going on? The Somalians are the backbone? That's where we're going now? Somalians are the backbone, right? You know what? Let's all just, maybe they know better than us, actually. God, bro. What a bunch of morons we have running our country, dude. What? Oh my God, dude. What a disgrace, bro. What a disgrace these people are. Oh man. Oh, this is just incredible. This is incredible. All right, let's go over here now. Let's go. I'm heated up, bro. Miss Medication, can you turn on the AC, please? Shit. All right, let's go. Let's talk about white people, bro. Or LGBTQ. Let's go.
You want
AC, please. Yeah. Yeah, I'm cooking. Interesting, bro. It's crazy. These wackos, man. These wackos. Look at her. Let's play this over again, bro. How can I play this over again? Where is it? Here.
So much for coming.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Peggy Flanagan. I am the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, and I'm really honored and humbled to be here with all of you today. I am incredibly clear that the Somali community is part of the fabric of the state of Minnesota. I think about my friendship with Nimco. We've been friends for almost 25 years. And when I think of being part of Minnesota and growing up here, the Somali community has always been a part of my Minnesota.
They're part of the fabric. Guys, it's comical, dude. It's and here's the funniest thing of all, guy. And I'm looking at this as a Californian, and imagine that lady, what's her name? Something Flanagan, Peggy Flanagan, trying to tell us that in Minnesota, look, our whole country, in Minnesota up there, Somalians are the fabric of her state. It makes no, it's total retardation. Imagine someone trying to tell us that Somalians are the fabric of the state of Minnesota. Unbelievable. Makes no sense, dude. These guys are out of control. All right, let's go to this one. Let's go to this one right here. Here we go.
Like if I strongly like white people, I have some preference for it, all right? Why would that entail that I strongly dislike anybody else?
Yeah.
Just because I strongly like.
Do you strongly like white people?
Yeah, sure.
What about white people?
Yeah.
But like, what about white people?
Oh, I don't know. It's just a preference I have. Sure.
But like, if you had to think about like what you really like about white people, like, okay, I have a strong like for LGBT people. And if you were to ask me why I like them, I would say,
isn't it because you're one of them?
Yes, but also more fun.
Hang on. But also because you're one of them.
Yes, they understand me more, but also they're more fun.
Okay.
So
That doesn't change the
you're
fact
one
that
of
my
them,
best friend is a straight
and
man.
they understand you more, and that's why you like them. It's part of the preference of why you like them. Why wouldn't you understand that with other people's preferences?
Exactly. Why can't other people have preferences? She just totally flat out called her own preferences. Why can't other people have their own preferences? They're not allowed to.
Because I also have plenty of straight friends who understand me. And believing that other LGBT people,
but you
just by being
strongly like LGBTQ people because they're like you and understand you. Got it. Why would that not be the case
My
for
best
friend with racial
is
preferences?
a heterosexual man,
So?
and he understands me just fine.
Yeah. So if white people have friends who are black too, doesn't mean
of course.
Yeah. What does that have to do with if they strongly like white people? And
Like, why? Why
but
strongly
why?
like white
Because the
people?
same reason you gave for strongly liking LGBTQ people.
What the hell? She's like, why? Why like white people? What do you mean, why like white people? You can openly, imagine if we said, why? Why like black people? Why? Why like Asians? Why? Why like LGBT? What an absolute joke, you guys. The double standard is insane. Look at her sitting there going, why? Why? But because they're more fun. Oh, really? So she's telling us all white people are no fun because she decided it for you guys. For all of us. She made the decision. White people are less fun than anyone else. She'd rather be with her LGBTQ because we know why. Because she's gone. She's completely lost. She's completely captured mentally. But what are we talking about, guys? What is this nonsense? Look at this. Why? I have to play that again.
Because the same reason you gave for strong.
Why?
But why? They strongly like white people. And
Like, why? Why
But
strongly
why?
like white
Because the
people?
same reason you gave for strongly liking LGBT
Yeah.
people.
Wow, dude. Oh man. Sometimes you wish to be in the room so you could talk to them, so you could say some things, so you could be part of that conversation. Oh, dude, these people are out of control, man. Imagine if anyone said what she said towards any other group, literally any other group besides white men. Think about that. Random says, I was going to say she dresses like Carlton. Yeah, bro. Oh, dude. Yeah. USA is cooked, bro. USA is cooked. Oh, dude. Dude, what these people are gone, man. Gone. It's like, and she's very serious about it. She wholeheartedly believes this stuff. Andrew is evil. How dare Andrew say he likes white people? How dare you like white people? Dude, you guys are bad people if you like white people, according to her. This is crazy, bro. Why? I should, bro. I should. Why? They lost it over JD Vance. JD Vance telling you it's okay. You don't have to feel bad for being white anymore. Yeah. Yep. People lost their minds. They can't, they don't know what to do. They don't even know how to digest that. They went completely off the rails. Completely gone, dude. Trump on Christmas goes and attacks ISIS. I thought that was the best thing ever, you guys. That Christmas strike. That Christmas strike. Here it is. Let's just do a quick little clip of this so we can, let me see here. Let's go to this screen.
Fox News alert, President Trump announcing the U.S. military has carried out strikes against ISIS terrorists in northwest Nigeria.
This, of course, is in response to the killing and kidnapping of Christians throughout the region.
Senior White
And I found that to be incredible, impeccable timing, incredible, awesome. It was perfect by the Great White Hope, by President Trump, by our military, by America, by the United States of America. That was fantastic. We backed up our fellow Christians on Christmas. How cool is that? I'm not even Christian, and it's cool as fuck. We backed up Christians on Christmas. Dude, that's so cool. How amazing is that? Think about that, bro. Imagine you're in Nigeria, you're on the other side of the planet, bro. And here comes the Golden Fleet. Here comes Here comes USA, baby. And they came to put it down on them in Nigeria on Christmas. Random says, I was watching the Santa tracker. He hovered over Nigeria for 4 to 6 minutes, then left the airspace. Bro. Extra crispy, dude. Just in time for Christmas dinner, bro. I love that. I love it, bro. When I heard that, man, I was, guys, it warmed my heart. It really did. I was like, man, I've told you guys this before. Just taking these moments. You got President Donald Trump. I said it before. I'll say it again. He's not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But dang it, he is doing some things for our country and for us, and now for other people around the world. That's great. That's wonderful, honestly. It's so cool.
White House correspondent Peter Ducey joins us live now from Washington with the latest. Peter, the president just doesn't take a day off.
That's right, not even Christmas. And the defense secretary, rather the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, is saying that these strikes are proof his department is always ready. And ISIS found that out on Christmas Day. Part of the president's post on Truth Social says, tonight, at my direction as Commander-in-Chief, the United States launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels not seen for many years and even centuries. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight, there was. This follows a handful of ceasefire. Everything the United States
administration.
I fast forwarded it because I saw John Pratt's text or chat got me excited. He says, I'm 52. John Pratt in the chat says, I'm 52 and this is the best president I've ever seen in my lifetime. John Pratt, John Pratt, bro, you are the man and you are absolutely right. And I agree with you. He is the best in my lifetime. And I will argue anyone. I will debate anyone on that all day long.
The Great White Hope.
It's just what it is.
That's amazing.
He is the Great White Hope, guys.
That's amazing.
And wow. Just you know, following Trump and reporting and commenting on Trump and doing what I do, it's a lot to keep up with because the guy's everywhere. I'll think I'm like, okay, cool, I'm doing this now. I'm gonna go and work on this other thing. All of a sudden, Trump is live again. You're like, holy, what the hell? Okay, let's go. And then you go, you think you're doing your Christmas thing, and then Trump is protecting Christians in Nigeria now. Like, it's... Oh, Trump just landed somewhere else, and now he's walking off the plane. He was just talking to the reporters, and now he's going over there. He's going to shake those hands. Oh, by the way, tonight he's going to be over here, and by the way, the next morning he's going to be. It's like, and in between all these things, he's talking to Maha and these guys and those guys and this guy and that guy. It's like, holy, what are you doing, bro? It's so good. It's so good. And then, guys, I was watching Steve Bannon the other day. It's a clip from a few months ago, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was like, wow. These guys, they, you know, it's not like by accident that they're doing what they're doing and going hard in the paint and correcting the ship. Our ship was gone. It was like taking us... just like the Titanic, right into some icebergs or whatever that was. But it was pretty wild, guys. It's not by chance they're doing what they're doing.
There was a very dedicated campaign by the United States, its partners in the administration, to attack all of that land in Iraq and Syria that ISIS held. This is a much different campaign.
You know, all this Pablo's in a Cult is his name. Pablo's in a Cult says 2020 was stolen. We've heard a lot about that stuff. Recently, I've been seeing lots of evidence about Georgia on this stuff. And I want to verify and double, triple confirm and all that stuff because I don't know exactly what's true, what's not, but it looks like they counted 215 or 315,000 votes wrong. When the margin was like really, really narrow. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
But is it also a reminder to
If
us?
that's true, dude, we have a lot of correcting to do. We have a lot of cleaning up to do. We have a lot, man. These politicians and these people behind these politicians, the people running these billion-dollar companies that have bought out politicians, the ones with no consciences, they're just like consciences. They don't give two shits about you and I. They don't give two shits. They really don't. They could care less about you and your kids and their kids and the generations after them. They can care less. They don't give two shits. And it goes back to what Thomas Sowell says. In a nutshell, he says one of the biggest problems we have in our country is with people that make decisions who do not feel the consequences of those decisions that they make. Think about that, guys. One of the biggest issues we have with our country and many other countries, but we're going to work on ours first, is there's too many people in our country that make decisions for us who will never feel the consequences of their own decisions, good or bad. That's a major issue in our country. The elites, the politicians that are being run by the elites, everyone in between, they're happily looking at stats and formulating their shit in a way that suits them, benefits them, and they make decisions that affect us, but not them. But those decisions, if they make those decisions in one direction, they're going to get paid out, right? And so it's just one of those things to think about. And when I watched Bannon talk, it was like an hour and a half long on PBS, I think it was. And I'm going to pull some clips. We'll look at that together in another live session. But that they were talking about, guys, they were saying, he was saying they're trying to clean this kind of stuff up. Now, it's never going to be totally cleaned up, and I don't think 4 years or even 8 years is enough time to correct that. But he was explaining why that's why Trump went so hard day one, all those executive orders, just like many executive orders, just pounding it because there's so much to get done. And then he explained that, you know, everyone looks at executive orders and they think, oh, wow, look at what he's doing. But nobody understands that these executive orders, he doesn't just sign them and then they just, you know, go into implementation all the way through until it affects you and I. It doesn't happen. There's a lot that they have to, once they, you know, sign the executive orders, they have to then execute on those. They have to follow through with them and make sure that they get done. And people have to be down to do these things, and people have to be, you know, on board because they're going to get pushback. So there's a lot to that. I want to pull a lot of those clips, and we'll do that. But
the threat from ISIS still exists.
Just keep that in mind. There's a lot that needs to be done. And State Line, I know we talk about this on and off stream a lot. There's a lot to be done, bro. And Random too, yeah, and Min. There's a lot to be done, guys. There's a lot. And they're trying. They're doing their best against all the odds and against all the pushback. It's just, you know. And then they're talking about what happens after Trump. What happens after? It's going to take time, so we need to lock it down.
Rich, we can never take our eye off the ball. These are radical Islamists. These are people that are connected in deep ways to others, including the Muslim Brotherhood. That evil, here we are in Christmas season. We have to remind ourselves that the Bible also talks about evil roaming the earth. This is clearly what this is, and President Trump has been determined to continue to push back against this threat. This is a threat against the United States and its interests everywhere. And certainly the risk here in the homeland is not zero either. We need to be very mindful of that. And so to watch this deterrence extended against ISIS operating against Christians in Nigeria is an important part of that effort.
I want to turn now to this hemisphere. There is so much ongoing right now near Venezuela. You've now got this story from the Wall Street Journal reporting that the U.S. Coast Guard and military are putting more manpower and weapons to forcibly board a ship called the Bella 1. It's a tanker. It's been fleeing. It's allegedly shipping oil to U.S. designated terrorist organizations. How important is it for the U.S. to set a standard to make sure that these ships...
Agree, State Line. That's a great, I mean, that's 100% agree with that, and that's a great place to start. And we have a lot to do, bro. We have a lot to do. A lot to do. The good news is Trump won the election, and he's got a lot of momentum right now, and he's doing the right things. And he's not screwing a lot of things up. And I say that because it's hard to do this many things, like all this stuff and all these major changes without screwing stuff up. Now, of course, some things are getting jacked up, but all in all, he's doing pretty good. And to me, it's pretty solid how he's getting it done without having some major, kind of breakdowns or big issues or anything like that. Just pushing. I hope it keeps going, and we get more done.
They think are carrying oil that's going to terrorist organizations do not deliver.
Rich, the Biden administration had lots of sanctions, but they were worse than meaningless. They didn't enforce them. What you're seeing President Trump do is actually go after, to uphold the law and enforce these sanctions against folks delivering crude oil and other products to terrorist organizations, and frankly, bringing narcotics into the United States as well. And so I read the story about the Bella 1. There'll be more, and importantly, Rich, there will be lots of ship captains and boat owners who decide, it's just not worth playing this game anymore. And so you get not only the specific deterrence going after a particular vessel or taking a particular ship off the water, but you get others who will simply not take any vessels in or out of Venezuela. Ultimately, that will deliver a campaign that can achieve a really good outcome for the Venezuelan people and make our Western Hemisphere more prosperous and more secure as well, Rich.
Yeah, and that outcome, starving the Maduro regime, and does that really get at the regime there? And do you think that this campaign of targeting the shipping, of targeting that funding source, is going to be enough to get Maduro out, or is it going to take more than that?
No, I think this can be enough. The Maduro regime relies on the Cubans. We shouldn't forget Cuba's economy will become more fragile as well. Perhaps we can have some hope for the Cuban people to get a shot as well. No, I think this campaign, when rigorously enforced, and the forces that President Trump has brought to the region are sufficient to do that, I think you can use that economic might and the threat of potential strikes, closing down Venezuelan airspace. Those kinds of things will give every young army officer in the Venezuelan military, every general a chance to say, hey, I want out. And ultimately, that's how you get the Cubans, the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, all the folks that are helping Maduro to say, President Trump has brought too much to bear, we're out, and Maduro is sent packing on his way to somewhere wonderful and lovely for him and his family.
All right, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Fox.
Okay, guys, that is about it for today. It's 6:23 p.m. in Southern California. I got to go hit the gym, and I got a bunch of things I got to handle tonight for work. Got a lot going on, and good things happening. So really excited. Wanted to kind of see you guys today just after Christmas and get kind of some things going with you guys and see some of these clips. We've got a bunch of things out here that I want to go over, honestly, but I got to go get my workout and go handle everything. Guys, I had a good night with you guys. That was a quick little live stream. Probably my quickest. Wow. How long did we go for? It's 59 minutes and 23 seconds. We're almost at 1 hour. If I stay on for 30 more seconds, it'll be an hour. Wow, that's probably the fastest stream I've ever done. Guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you guys off stream on Discord. And I'm going to put this video on, this clips on our way out. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And don't forget to represent America, guys. You guys rep America. We are the representatives, guys. We are the ones that got to hold it down. And we got to be awake, bro. We got to wake up to all this garbage that's going on. This was fun. This thing right here. Love you guys. See you. Have a good night. Bye.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
We are all Charlie Kirk!
Why do you blame the Biden administration?
Because they let him in. Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
In that same year, you had the left side destroying Teslas, destroying Tesla buildings, committing violence.
And they used the auto pen and everything. He didn't approve this up.
They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom.
Rid of racism and stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man, and I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Military person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump.
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicaid, beat it to death.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that